Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 2022 Federation Council Australia Day event here in Bangarang Park, Cora. And it's certainly great to have our special guests, noting it is a COVID-safe event, but certainly appreciate the people out in the outer that are come along to support the day as well. So I'd firstly like to, before I get into the formal introductions, I'd like to bring forward Rodney Dowling to perform our Welcome to Country from the Bangarang people. Please, Rodney.
Thank you, Adrian. G'day, everyone. I'm Rodney Dowling. Morning, everyone. Welcome to the Federation Council Australia Day ceremony here in Bangarang Park, Cora, New South Wales. I'm Rodney Dowling, Yarraboyne, the red kangaroo, as Yarra means red and Boyne is kangaroo in the Bangarang language of the Bangarang people, who are the traditional owners of the southern New South Wales and northeast Victoria. Cora is opposite Waganya, which means home, looking over the river, as Wa is water and Gunya is your home. There was a river crossing here. It was made of rocks. They were removed for paddle steamers. My great-great-grandfather is John Conley, Kuramil. His brother is Yarramil, better known as Tommy McRae. Their grandfather is William Buckley, the runaway. He ran for his freedom. He took his children to the sea to see the ships sailing. He told them they'll soon be in land. Make friends, show and tell them your culture. My great-grandfather told them the stories, and great-uncle Tommy showed them with pictures. Today we will see a flag rising like we do each other year for the last 230 odd years. Awards will be handed out. Congratulations for being acknowledged by your community. Some have travelled overseas. Welcome inland, your new home. I'm going to finish up, but I can remember when I was a kid and my grandfather said to me, when you go to Cora, be careful swimming in the river, as there's snags, and don't dive in, as you might hit rock bottom. Have a great day today, and well done to all the winners, and hopefully we'll see you all again next year. Thanks for letting me have a speech and tell you about my culture.
Thanks a lot, Rodney. And just wanted to mention as well, Rodney's father, the late Freddie Dowling, a great supporter of culture, obviously, in the Bangarang people, elder, passed away just a year or two back. It was only about 3 years ago. Uncle Freddie was here opening up this beautiful playground in Bangarang Park with his other son, El. El's an apology for today, as is Iris Troutman. So just wanted to mention those two, also great supporters of council events and bringing it all together. And I think it was really great, Rodney, to have you up here today. So as I said, my name is Adrian Butler, General Manager of Federation Council, and it is my pleasure to be MC for today's event. I would first personally also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, the Bangarang people, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. And on behalf of the whole council and the Rotary Club of Cora, our partner in this event as well, and thank you to Rotary, I warmly welcome you all here to our very special Australia Day celebration. We have with us today Councillor Pat Burke, Mayor of Federation Council, to preside over the ceremony. Our Australia Day ambassadors behind me, Ralph and Kathy Kelly, to assist us. We had a great evening, had the pleasure of meeting Ralph and Kathy last night at the Cora RSL Club for dinner with a few other councillors, and it was certainly a great intro, and they're very happy to be out here in Cora. We've also got our Federation Council Deputy Mayor Sean White, Church councillors Aaron Nichols, Rowena Black, Gail Law, David Longley, Andrew Kennedy and David Fay OAM with us. I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to our other distinguished guests, fellow citizens, the many residents and staff who I know are proudly tuning in from their home via our live streaming, and a big thank you to our staff to make that possible. And most importantly, our award nominees and their family have come to support them our Australian Citizenship Conferees. We have 4 people here today who are going to become newly branded Australian citizens. So they're here with their family and loved ones front and centre, and it's great to see. On Australia Day, we come together again every year as a nation to celebrate what is great about living in this country and what we love about being Australian. We reflect on what it means to be Australian, whether it's by birth or by choice, what we've achieved and what we can be proud of in our great nation, our home, and more locally, our great council area of Federation. We celebrate the characteristics and the values that make us proud to call ourselves Aussie citizens, our people, our land, our diversity, our equality, freedom, democracy, and our sense of a fair go for all. I'd now like to invite the presiding officer for today's ceremony, Mayor Pat Burke, to come forward and conduct the formal part of today's proceedings. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Butler. I'd like to take the opportunity to welcome you all to Federation Council's 2022 Australia Day celebration. I recognise the traditional owners of this land on which we gather and pay my respects to their elders past and present and emerging, and also acknowledge all our predecessors, those Australians of almost every ethnic background who have helped shape this great nation into what it is today. Each year, Australia Day provides us with a day to reflect on what it means to be Australian, to celebrate the contemporary Australia and acknowledge our history. This Australia Day sits differently with me this year, and that is due to the monumental effort not only by Council and the Rotary Club of Courthouse, who have gone to ensure today's celebration could occur, but the acceptance of our residents who are tuning in from home by live stream. The efforts by all have been nothing short of outstanding, and I thank you personally for the touch on this before I go into the formal part of today's proceedings. Thank you everyone involved. On Australia Day, we celebrate all things we love about Australia: land, sense of fair go, lifestyle, democracy, the freedom we enjoy, and particularly our people. Today we celebrate our people, the people of Federation Council, who go above and beyond in their respective areas to ensure our communities thrive and grow. Our awards nominees here today with us are very special people whose donation of time and effort warrants this time of special occasion and celebration. The commitment to our community shown by our nominees is truly heartwarming, and these people, along with many others throughout the Federation Council, make me so proud to be the mayor of this great community.
Thank you, Mayor Burke, and I agree wholeheartedly, having sat in on a few meetings and worked with staff to make sure we can produce this event today. Outstanding effort and everyone involved to ensure that it's going to go off as well as it will. I'm now pleased to announce and introduce to you all, as mentioned in the intro, our 2022 Australia Day ambassadors, Ralph and Kathy Kelly, the founders of the Thomas Kelly Foundation. Ralph and Kathy's eldest son, Thomas, killed at just 18 years old when he died in tragic circumstances in July 2012 in Sydney in King's Cross. I knew the story personally. I was aware of that through the news and followed that quite closely. I'm sure many of you will have as well. Determined not to let a similar fate happen twice, the Kelly family established the Thomas Kelly Youth Foundation, implementing the Take Care Safe Space. Take Care is after Thomas Kelly's initials program, and that was implemented in December 2014 with the vision of ensuring all of our youth come home safely. Operating Friday and Saturday nights 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. with teams of volunteers across 3 key sites, assisting people who may be intoxicated or drug affected, underage youth, people who are vulnerable or those subject to physical or sexual assault, self-harm, violence and theft. The Foundation works closely with emergency services, the liquor industry, local communities, in order to share the common vision of saving lives. Since the service commenced with the first site at Sydney Town Hall in December 2014, they've recorded over 70,000 interventions across the 3 sites. In July 2016, Tragically, the Kellys' younger son Stuart, also just 18 years old, took his own life after being targeted over the Sydney lockout laws and his stance around making Sydney a safe city after losing his brother in that terrible attack in 2012. The Thomas Kelly Youth Foundation was rebranded to be known as Stay Kind in 2019. Stay Kind is currently working with federal and state politicians, education, parents and families. The Kellys' vision is to take kindness to every corner of Australia, and what a wonderful job they are doing in that. And just as I said, meeting with them last night, touching base and having my wife and the conversations that we had with the other councillors that were there and the Kellys, they're just so rapt to be out in country, out here in these areas. So I'm really looking forward to their story, and I encourage as many of you as you can after to have a chat to Ralph and Kathy, yeah. So come forward and please provide your address.
Welcome everyone, my name is Kathy Kelly, and my husband Ralph and I are delighted to be joining you today on such a special occasion. We're humbled to have received the invitation to be here in the capacity of Australia Day ambassadors for Corowa. Thank you to Mayor Patrick Burke, General Manager Adrian Butler and all of the councillors for inviting us to join in your celebrations. Corowa is such a beautiful area of New South Wales, and the locals have warmly welcomed us when we arrived yesterday and made us feel like part of your extended family. We haven't been here before and are already talking about returning to see more of this beautiful part of New South Wales. The theme for Australia Day 2022 is Reflect, Respect and Celebrate. The campaign acknowledges the story of our extraordinary nation, highlighting that Australia Day is a day to reflect on history, its highs, its lows, while we celebrate our nation, its achievements, and of course our people. We reflect on our nation's past, which began more than 65,000 years ago, and the impact of European settlement on the first Australians. Our National Day is a time, above all, for inclusion and respect. It enables us to pause, to listen and gain a greater understanding of Australia's First Peoples, Aboriginal culture, the heritage, and continue to work towards reconciliation. We respect the contributions of all Australians, and we celebrate our achievements by coming together and connecting with family, friends and community. Australia Day is also an opportunity to celebrate our culture, the diversity and rich migrant history, which is very much part of our unique Australian identity. This diversity shines on Australia Day and is celebrated and respected in many ways in New South Wales and across the nation. Many migrants and refugees will mark Australia Day in special citizenship ceremonies, pledging their allegiance to our community and their commitment to Australia as citizens. We were delighted to hear about your local initiative, Who is My Neighbour, reaching out to those who have moved to Corowa to feel welcomed and make new friends and a new life in this wonderful town. Australia Day 2022 activities and events will be different to previous years. The day will focus more on recognising the efforts of many Australians who put others' well-beings before their own. This includes our heroic frontline workers who continue to support their communities in times of need and stand up to the challenges of these extraordinary times. We frequently say to others, "How do you feel? You look great." But often on the interior, it is very different to what often the interior of what we see is very different to the story of the way we might appear on the outside. Australians have been through so much: floods, droughts, fires, the mice plague, COVID, isolation, business failures, staff issues, homeschooling, inability to pay our bills, and all kinds of issues. What a lot of people don't understand when you're going through a traumatic experience is that you never deal with the emotions when you're actually going through the trauma. However, the emotional reaction to the trauma will always happen at some point. It might be weeks, months, even years after the traumatic event. A lot of people don't understand that, and that's why we are now seeing a lot of exhaustion in our communities, a sense of feeling flat. Maybe some of us are questioning, who am I? What am I doing here? Am I living the life I came here to live? If not, why not? And what am I going to do about it? You see, each one of us is important. We're social beings. We need human interaction. Yet in this fast-moving world of technology, it's easy to forget others around us in our community. Start by writing down a list of friends. Stay in contact by checking in with them regularly, by calling, sending them a text. Be the initiator and show others that you really do care. We all crave human interaction, and with this naturally comes the need for open dialogue with our family, friends, neighbours, and sometimes strangers whom we come into contact and meet every day. We all have a story, and do we really take the time to truly listen? This is our story. Stay Kind, as we've now rebranded our foundation, is a movement that promotes and encourages more kindness in everyday life. The Stay Kind movement in Australia evolved from the two tragic circumstances: the death of Thomas Kelly, aged 18, in 2012, from an unprovoked attack on the streets of Sydney, followed 4 years later by the death of his younger brother Stuart in 2016, also 18, as Adrian mentioned earlier. Stuart took his own life. Both of the boys were our sons. We set up a not-for-profit in December 2013, and Ralph is going to tell you a little bit more about this now.
Thank you. Many of us have experienced a severe trauma or severe grief, and as Kathy mentioned, we don't know what other people are feeling, but quite often those who do find themselves in a position of trauma or grief, it's not unexpectedly that they start their own charities, as we have done. So, as Adrian mentioned, in December 2014, we worked with the state government and the City of Sydney to set up some safe spaces in Sydney for young people at night on weekends. Originally at Town Hall, followed by King's Cross, Darling Harbour, and we've just opened a safe space at the Rocks. To date, we've had 73,000 interventions, and we call those interventions sliding door moments, which is the difference between a young person's life continuing on as normal or degenerating into something terrible like Thomas's life or outcome was. The University of New South Wales recently completed a 2-year research study of our safe spaces in terms of the community benefits. For every dollar put into the program, it equates to $2.67 dollars in savings. Those savings are equated across ambulance, emergency departments and police, and ongoing medical support for people who have been badly injured. In the time that we've started the safe spaces, that equates to over $8 million in harm benefits to the streets of Sydney. Plus, as the founder of the foundation, we've saved countless lives of people who would have died had our teams not been out on the streets. Out of the blue, I received a call from the Westminster City Council in London, which is the main borough of London, who had heard about our safe space in Sydney and wanted to emulate it in London. So we worked with London for 18 months for them to set up their own safe space. For me, it was very bittersweet because I was born in London and I had the chance. They invited me over to have a look at their program, and it was kind of a really nice feeling that other places around the world are opening safe spaces as well. This year we plan to write to every council in Australia, offering the service to every city and regional area who do need their own safe space, which we'll start doing later in the second part of this year. From a relatively simple idea came purpose, and with that purpose came an underlying value of taking care of complete strangers and showing them kindness. Following Stuart's tragic death in 2016, we reached a tipping point whether we kept the foundation going or close it. We spent significant time reviewing and researching the underlying causes of bullying, violence, hazing and suicide in young people, and identified that society and the community at large who engaged in these behaviours of violence and bullying had a moral disconnect as well as a clear deficit of kindness. it became clear to us that to prevent harm to other young people, our work needed to focus on harm prevention at very much a grassroots level through the promotion of kindness. Kindness is well researched and documented by universities, globally. It's not just a feel-good thing. By having the courage to show our vulnerability, we are in fact leading by example and being human. Our current Governor-General of Australia, His Excellency David Hurley, once said, "The standard we walk past is the standard we accept." I ask you to reflect on David's words and how true they really are, that if we see something in the workplace or on the streets, and if we walk past it without stopping to lend a hand or do something about it, then we've accepted that other person's values. We promote kindness year round, and one of our key strategies is a month of kindness to highly promote the fact of being kind to one another in July. We call it Kind July. And during this month, we ask Australians to practice an act of kindness each day with the aim of bringing kindness to the forefront of everyday Australians. Every day we invite you, every day of the year, we invite you to tell your family, friends, and strangers in your everyday lives what you did that was kind, and ask them to share their stories of kindness. From little things, big things grow. It's about talking about acts of kindness and what we do and how we help each other and strangers and neighbours who may be living alone, that we'll see a truly great country. With a population of 25 million Australians, if we all just did one act of kindness every day, each of us, that would equate to 9.1 billion acts of kindness a year. Imagine what a wonderful country we would live in. We all have a shared responsibility to instill values of kindness in our communities. This responsibility of driving social values does not just rest with governments and local councils, but also lies within the workplace, sporting codes, our schools, our families and communities at large. Stay Kind drives the Foundation's purpose, its core values, and is fundamental to creating social change and behavioural change. And the reason why we call the Foundation Stay Kind and not Be Kind is that with Be Kind, you'll be kind when you feel like it, but Stay Kind means that you're going to wake up every day knowing that you're going to do something kind in your communities or at work. So staying kind all the time, and that's why we chose Stay Kind. I'll just let Kathy finish the presentation.
So how can you play your part in being kind? It can be simple things such as smiling, saying hello or good morning to a stranger walking down the street. As simple as it sounds, a smile or a greeting can change someone's day. It might even change their life. Give praise to others where possible, no matter how small. It will be meaningful to that person as you do it. It's never helpful to say, "I know how you feel." We've experienced that a great deal over the years, but you don't really have any idea how another person feels or what is going on in their life. If, however, you've explored your own despair and hopelessness, or have felt powerless and helpless, then you may be more willing to be in the company of other people who may be exploring that territory for the very first time themselves. Let's turn up for those who may need us, preferably with a casserole or something useful to them in hand. Sit with that person in their pain, understanding that there are no words, but that's okay. Those suffering may need to hear someone else's story. They may just need silence. But when we share our stories, we often feel that the person gets me. They get my suffering. They get what happened to me. Once we feel that someone gets us, we may be ready to heal and hopefully grow. Kindness may be as simple as paying for the person's coffee behind you. Most likely that person might pay that forward as well. Think of the ripple effect that your one act of kindness could have. Also, don't underestimate the gratitude our emergency services may feel if you're walking past them in the street and you take the time to say thank you for everything you do for us. Our paramedics, police, firefighters, SES and hospital staff, they are there for us in our times of need. All of us can make a difference. An act of kindness can improve not only the person receiving the act, but it may actually make you feel better yourself. Stay kind to yourselves. Do the things that you enjoy, like being in nature. Take the time to do that. Sing, dance, go for walks along the beach, be in, under, near the water, or look up at the night sky. Take the time to do that. If you'd like to follow Stay Kind, we have Facebook and Instagram, so we'd love for you to do that. Or why not visit our website, staykind.org, and make a pledge of kindness. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ralph and Kathy. And again, it is our absolute pleasure to have you here with us today. And just those couple of simple words, stay kind, it just means so much, and it's so simple for people to do, and it's certainly something we'll be thinking more about and taking forward with, and I'm sure everyone will be. So now brings me great honour to announce the presentation of our 2022 Australia Day Awards. And we're starting off with the Student Achiever Awards. So as each student does come forward, when your name's called out, we just want to have enough time. Don't rush up. We want to shake your hand, pose for a photo, and then stand on the side for a photo. So I'll just get our Mayor to come forward, as well as Ralph and Kathy, to help us present these awards. So first up for Cora High School, could we please have Carter Reid for Outstanding Citizenship? Yeah, good. Is there any who's doing the... also Cora High School, Palais O'Keefe for Academic Excellence. Cora Public School, Max Delamere for School Leadership and Citizenship. Coming up on crutches. Well done, Max. You can go up that way, mate. Also Cora Public School, Harrison Lalever, Citizenship Award. Cora South Public School, Harrison Webb, Outstanding Leadership and Academic Excellence. Yes. Also Cora South Public School, Madison Ryan, Outstanding Leadership and Academic Excellence. Now move to Howlong. So Howlong Public School, Ella McDonald, outstanding sporting achievement and citizenship.
Oh, I thought they said Carson. I'm so sorry, darling. Talk about confused. We haven't got this lot in order.
Well done, Ella. Next up, also Howlong Public School, Nate Gray, academic excellence. Well done, mate. Out to Losedale now, Losedale Public School, Albie Wood, academic excellence. And still at Losedale Public, Oliver McClellan, academic excellence. And now we go over to Oakland Central School and Amelia Maloney, outstanding citizenship and leadership. Also from Oakland Central, Dana Carter, outstanding citizenship. You got her?
Have one with us, Dana. How about
Takes a bit of time.
can we have one with you?
Good job. Rand Public School, Emily Kreutzberger, outstanding citizenship. Still out at Rand, we have Hazel Trethown for outstanding citizenship. Good job, Hazel. Now we'll go to St Francis Xavier Urana, Philippa Kogel for sporting endeavours. down, Philly. Still at St Francis Xavier Urana, we'll have Olivia Feely, Academic Persistence and Efforts. And finally for St Francis Xavier Urana, Abby Yaramati for Academic Achievement and Efforts. St Mary's Catholic Primary School, Corowa, we have Max Lay, Outstanding Citizenship. And still at St Mary's, we have Levi Phibbs, Outstanding Sporting Achievement. And finally to Urana Public School, Hunter Bell, Citizenship Award. Come on. Oh, here he comes, yep. Come running in, Hunter. Well done, mate. Well done, mate. And also Urana Public School, Melissa Smith, Outstanding Sporting Achievement. We're just going to get all the children to come forward again, please, those with your certificates, just to get one group photo. You can go forward onto the grass, maybe it's easier. Yeah. Just on the grass should do, kids, yeah. I wonder if Sue's going to fit him in. Squish in a little bit, guys. Like a footy photo. This one's for the paper, so you've got to look really good. Thanks, guys. Well done. I'd now like to invite Mayor Pat Burke to present the Light Up Federation Awards and present an intro to those awards.
This year, Federation Council and the community worked together to light up Federation. Residents and business owners were invited to decorate their businesses to light up Federation and show their community Christmas spirit through lights and decorations for everyone to enjoy. Council would like to congratulate those houses and businesses that put their lights up and got into the Christmas spirit. Without a doubt, this event continues to grow in popularity each year, with over 360 votes counted this year. It's now my pleasure to announce this year's 2021 Light Up Federation winners and ask them to come to the stage and accept their award. The winners of the 2021 Light Up Federation are Best Decorated House, 8 Hay Street, Lisa Esmond of Corowa. The winner of the Best Decorated House will receive $800 cash. Your house is truly a Christmas wonderland. Oh, sorry. Thanks, Miss. Best decorated house, O'Brien Court, Corowa. The best decorated house street will have a sign placed below their existing street sign to recognise their success. O'Brien Court, Corowa.
Is that street coming forward or not?
Would there be a representative from that street? If not, I'll take it home. Okay, we'll move on to the best decorated business. Courthouse Kitchen, How Long? The winner of the best decorated business will receive $200 in cash and a decal recognising them as the best decorated business to display in their window. Well done to the volunteers and community groups that display decorations and organise Christmas events for their representative towns. We hope that you enjoy viewing the wonderful Christmas light displays that register as part of a much loved initiative. Thank you.
Yeah. Sure.
Are we putting this one back? Is this the same?
Where do you want salami? Back over here.
Do we put these ones back? They're not here. Is that correct? Oh, okay.
I think you're local, Tim.
Okay. Can you make us look good?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I'll go back to my coffee now.
Thanks. Thank you, Mayor Burke, and congratulations to our winners. We'll now proceed on to our Australia Day Awards, with the first category being the Community Group of the Year. The Community Group of the Year was a category only introduced last year and celebrates a community group or organisation that has been inspirational in bringing the community together during the COVID pandemic especially and beyond. They may have hosted an event, a project, a program in an innovative or diverse way, maintained their membership or delivered their programs during this time. They've found ways to connect to the community and reflect the importance of strong community values and achieve positive outcomes for the whole of Federation. The nominees are as follows. Number 1, Cora Events, and number 2, the Country Women's Association, CWA, Oakland's branch. I'd now like to hand it over to Mayor Burke to announce this year's winner.
Congratulations to the Country Women's Association, Oakland's branch, for being awarded the Federation Council 2022 Community Group of the Year. Please make your way to the stage. CWA are a like-minded group of women of various ages working to achieve the aims of the CWA Association. Primary at the head of those aims is the desire to improve conditions and welfare of all women and families, especially in country areas. By bringing women and families together, a network of support is formed, along with a forum for the voice of women in ACT and New South Wales. CWA support schemes which enhance the value of country living, especially health and education facilities. They encourage development in rural and in regional areas and work to increase the viability of land, communities and the environment. They provide a great voice to government at all levels and promote international goodwill, friendship, understanding and tolerance between all people. Simply by continuing to operate through these difficult times, members have continued to achieve all things which truly remarkable and a credit to all involved. Well done.
Thank you very much. Not very often I'm speechless, but I pretty much am today. I'm bringing in mind two things. I remember being at an Australia Day award many years ago, and Ron Barassi said, "You can't be proud of something unless you've done it yourself." I tell you what, I feel very proud for our members today. Not only Oakland's, but New South Wales. And the other thing my dad used to like to say was, "I didn't expect that when I got up this morning." So thank you very much. And as I said, I'm quite speechless, which is pretty remarkable, so I better stop. Thank you.
Lovely to meet you too.
Thank you very much, Heather, and the community members of the CWA.
Now we go to the Local Achiever of the Year award, and this year Council received 10 nominations for Federation Council's Local Achiever Awards, with those nominations being Helen Jobson, David Harrison, Fran Wiedner, Kerry Ormond, Graham Haynes, Jan Haynes, Cassandra Oates, Dean and Lauren Holgate, Rachel Chambers and Jan McKenna. I'd now like to hand it over to the Mayor again to announce the 2022 Federation Council Local Achiever Award recipient.
We've got Kerry Orman of Corowa, Fran Wiedner of Howlong, Dean and Lauren Holgate of Mulwala. Congratulations to our Local Achiever of the Year, recipients of all those who were nominated for your outstanding contribution to the Federation community. Well done. Would you three like to come forward, please?
I'm Lauren. I'm Kerry. Hi.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, guys.
I'd just like to say that volunteering is an amazing thing to do, and as the Kellys said, one small action can have great consequences, and if you've ever been in bed with a mosquito, you will know what I'm talking about. One mosquito can make life hell, but you can do so much just by a small action. So if you get a chance, have a go. Thank you so much.
We'd just like to thank everyone for coming today. Thanks to Federation Council for putting this on, ambassadors and everyone. It's a great award. I'm speechless as well. But for us it's about the gift of giving, and kindness is the greatest gift. Thank you.
Thanks everybody. Thanks for the. There. Thank you very much for this award. Thank you to the Shire. I just sort of do just what I think I need to do, but thank you very much.
How are our photographers? We're happy with all that? Good, thank you. Well done again, congratulations all. I'd now like to hand it over again to Mayor Pat Burke and ask Ralph and Kathy to help as we announce and present the Federation Council 2020 overall Citizen of the Year.
I'm nervous for you all. Drum roll. Congratulations to the 2022 Federation Council Joint Citizen of the Year, Dean and Lauren Holgate, Mulwala. Dean and Lauren Holgate have been in business at Lake Mulwala Bakery for almost 12 years. They're among the most generous and community-minded people you'll ever come across, and they have donated themselves to their craft as bakers and shopkeepers and have a deep desire to serve their community wholeheartedly, not just to make money for their own sake, but to make a difference overall to the Mulwala community. This couple are generous at heart and have made considerable contribution towards local schools, sporting clubs, the Lions Club, other local businesses and numerous community fundraising events. Their shop is a place where the community and local organisations gather for meetings, friends and family get together, where there's such a warm and friendly atmosphere. Congratulations to Dean and Lauren.
This is definitely unexpected, but I did quickly write some things down. We are truly grateful for this award. I definitely don't like taking being given satisfaction for what we do, because we get greater satisfaction out of giving every single day. We have an amazing community, a great team of staff and customers. We have been at the bakery now for 12 years, and to me it's not about being in the business day to day, it's about the people I come across day to day. Our community is amazing, and without the community support we wouldn't be able to do what we do. It's about giving and a footprint for us. Every day I ring Dean with a bit excitement in my voice to say, and he says, "What now?" And it's the next thing of what we can do to help the community, what we can give the community, but the biggest thing is at the end of every day what footprint we've put on our community, and the love and support and the satisfaction we get out of being the community hub is definitely everything to us. So it's not just a bakery, it's about everything we get out of the bakery to give to the next person. Thank you.
I'd like to now ask our Citizen of the Year, Dean and Lauren Holgate, to assist me in raising of the flag.
We'll now move forward to conduct our citizenship ceremonies, as mentioned, with our 4 conferees here. So I'll just ask the Mayor again to come forward and perform this very important task and welcome our 4 new residents of Federation.
It now brings me to great delight to welcome today's Australian Citizenship Conferees and to your families and friends who are here to help support you and witness this important milestone on Australia Day. It is my privilege to attend and preside over today's citizenship ceremony for Glenda Orpilla, Dorothy Romaines, Jocelyn Warburton, and Sevda Sanal. I would now like to deliver a reading from the Minister for Immigration, Citizenship, Migrant Services and Multicultural Affairs, the Honourable Alex Hawke MP, to our conferees. Today you become an Australian citizen. We are immensely proud of what we have achieved as a nation, and we welcome you in joining us. Our history and our culture have been forged over thousands of years, first through Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, and more recently with people from all corners of the earth. Australia has succeeded as a nation by embracing and defending our national values. We believe in the freedom and the dignity of each individual, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, and freedom of association. We value the rule of law, democracy, and equality of opportunity for all people. We stand with other democracies in helping to defend and protect these hard-fought freedoms. We are a resilient nation. Droughts, bushfires, floods, and global pandemic have challenged our normal way of life. Our social cohesion, a key strength of Australia, has never been more important. Upon taking the pledge of commitment today, I call on you to embrace these values and the rights and responsibilities of Australian citizen, and play an active part in your local communities to build even a stronger nation. On behalf of the Australian Government, I congratulate you on reaching this very special day. Alex Hawke. As at 31st December 2001, more than 16,000 people from over 150 nations have been invited to become citizens at one or more than 400 ceremonies held across the country on Australia Day 2022. Australian citizenship ceremonies are an important part of the nation's celebrations and hold special significance for those becoming citizens and the broader Australian community. Traditionally, more people become citizens on Australia Day than any other day of the year, and Australian citizenship is a privilege offering enormous reward. By becoming an Australian citizen, people join a unique national community. We now turn to the formal part of the ceremony, which is conducted in accordance with the Australian Citizenship Act 2007. As part of legal requirements for today's citizenship, I will read the preamble from Schedule 1 of the Australian Citizenship Regulation 2016. Australian citizenship represents full and formal membership of the community of the Commonwealth of Australia. And Australian citizenship is a common bond involving reciprocal rights and obligations, uniting all Australians while respecting their diversity. Persons on whom Australian citizenship is confirmed enjoy these rights and undertake to accept these obligations. A, by pledging loyalty to Australia and its people. B, by sharing their democratic beliefs. C, by respecting their rights and liberties. And D, by upholding and obeying the laws of Australia. I would now like to ask Glenda Opilla, Dorothy Romains, and Jocelyn Warburton and Sevda Sanal, who are making the Pledge 1, which is the pledge containing the words, "Under God to stand." If you wish to make the pledge on a holy book, please hold it in your hands. Would the conferee stand, please? Yeah, thank you. Please repeat this pledge line by line after me. From this day forward, under God, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I will uphold and obey. Thank you. Please be seated. Hey? Do that one. Congratulations We now have come to the certificate presentation. When I call your name, please come up and receive your Australian citizenship certificate from Ralph and Kathy. Friends and family, please feel free to take photos. Congratulations. Well done. Glenda Orpilla. Dorothy Remains. Jocelyn Warburton. Sevda Sinal. Thank you, Ralph and Kathy, and please another big round of applause for our newest citizens.
Congratulations to our newest citizens, and what a special day this is for you all. I'd now like to invite Mayor Burke to lead us through the Affirmation Ceremony. A copy of the affirmation can be found in your programs.
Thank you, Adrian. Based on Australian Citizenship Pledge made by new citizens, the Australian Citizenship Affirmation gives us an opportunity on Australia Day to celebrate the common bond that unites us all, Australian citizenship. Everyone is welcome to participate. Non-citizens are invited to join in the affirmation at the second line. So if you would like to take part, I invite you to stand now and repeat after me. Thank you. Repeat after me. As an Australian citizen, I affirm my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I uphold and obey. Thank you for your participation, and congratulations to all our Australian citizens, new and old. New and young. I now request that everyone joins together in singing the National Anthem, which will be led by Dylan Forge. Thanks, Dylan.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair. Beneath our radiant Southern Cross we'll toil with hearts and hands to make this commonwealth of ours renowned of all the lands. For those who've come across the seas with boundless plains to share, with courage let us all combine to advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
I think you might make a comment there, wouldn't you?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, wow. Dylan, on this special Australia Day, the people were that impressed. Would you like to do something else for us? Any ideas? Thanks, Dylan. That was absolutely amazing.
As said by the Mayor, look, what a terrific thing. Dylan used to be our Youth Council Mayor, Federation Council, so we'll try and claim a bit of glory as well for that, because we also heard a year or two back at the school in Albury, he did a wonderful rendition of singing, and quite a lot of our staff quite proud to be associated with Dylan, and that was just a terrific effort, and I'm sure you've got a big future ahead in many ways, Dylan. This now brings an end to the official component of our Australia Day celebration, so I'd like to take this opportunity to, on behalf of Council, to thank the Rotary Club of Cora again, our partners, our ambassadors, Ralph and Kathy Kelly, for their great presence here today, and really thoughtful words, and where they're going is just amazing, and I'm sure we've all taken a lot out of that. Congratulations to all the nominees and winners. I hope you enjoy the remainder of Australia Day on this great weather on a Wednesday with your family and friends, and take the opportunity to celebrate everything that's great about living in Australia. We might just do the award winners to make themselves available near the stage for official photos. If we can have one last photo with everybody in it, would be great. And I think our singer also needs to come forward and be part of that group. Don't forget the coffee cart over there, doing great coffee. And thank you, everyone, and stay kind. Looks like the train's ready as well.